Do you like fish? I really do. I love the way they move, their beauty, their curiosity, even their bravery at times, and in days gone past, their cuddliness. Indeed, to me, the full range of personalities and lifestyles of fish is really fascinating. We first dived in the waters of Kapiti Island before the marine reserve was established in 1992. Since then, we've dived there with increasing regularity, and so have many other divers from throughout New Zealand. So why do we keep coming back? In addition to the beauty of the underwater scenery and landscapes, and the frolicking seals, we've also noticed that the fish are becoming more abundant and less frightened of divers. We've wondered if the marine reserve protection and the diver education programs would enable fish and folk to become more familiar friends. The red moki is a very territorial fish that spends most of its time near its home cave or archway refuge, mainly coming out at dawn and dusk. It has few natural predators and used to be very abundant and approachable, living for up to 60 years. Set netting and spearfishing made them less abundant and more cautious. At Kapiti, the youngsters now seem fearless. The magpie morwong is a shy little cousin to the red moki and occasionally swims across the Tasman Sea as a juvenile. This one arrived at Kapiti Island a few years ago and stayed on to grow to maturity in this reef area. They're usually solitary and territorial in New Zealand, but in Australia may aggregate into small groups. Our friend is still very private, but was eventually prepared to pose for us. Butterfly perch are usually found near headlands where there can be strong tidal currents. They mainly feed on plankton, which is carried in the current. They use their pectoral fins to fine-tune their position. At night, they go to sleep while resting on the bottom and turning pink. Blue cod are very inquisitive, and they also have quite large home ranges. While juveniles may eat small crustaceans, adults will eat almost any type of material. Blue cod can live for up to 20 years, with some females changing sex to become males at between 6 and 11 years old. Blue cod can be quite aggressive towards each other and also to divers. Leather jackets, or New Zealand triggerfish, can swim forwards or backwards. Unusually, they can eat almost any living thing, even sponges, which most other fish refuse to eat. They've got no real predators, and they have a rather vicious protective dorsal spine. Their overconfidence can sometimes lead them to bite divers, and it also allows them to be caught by hand. The absence of scales and mucus often means that the flesh wounds of these fish fail to heal and so fester. Scarlet wrasse are also territorial and can be quite aggressive towards rivals. They may even follow divers, sometimes very closely. In open water, they move continuously. A really beautiful fish, the scarlet wrasse changes colour as it matures from a juvenile to a female at 1 year old, and then again to become a male at 4 years old. Here in the Kapiti Marine Reserve, we've made many other fish friends. We've also found that if we're more responsive to the needs and cautions of those fish, then it is possible to become a fish whisperer. So perhaps we have created a place at Kapiti and a way of behaving that encourages folk to have fun with fish in trusting and mutually respectful relationships, especially with those fish that have not learned to fear people and some of their destructive tools. I think we're entitled to have public places where relationships like these can flourish naturally. Kapiti Marine Reserve is now one of those places. Do you have a place like that near you?